Hey crafty cuties! Please don't mind my coffee dyed hands. That is the joys of coffee dyeing a bunch of stuff, and I have a bunch of new things in my shop, and it's been a while, so I wanted to go through and share each listing with you. I don't have a ton of each thing, but if I notice that you guys are really liking something, then I will put more energy into those specific listings. And I also have a new digital kit that's going to be coming and not up yet, so check that out. It's like a coffee dyed kind of digital paper listing. Okay guys, so let's start off with this front thing here. We have a new coffee dyed junk journal kit, and this is something I had in my shop when I first opened it, and I've had a lot of requests for it since. It is a 25-piece coffee dyed paper kit. It's going to come in this really cute vintage newspaper bag, and of course you can use this in your journals, and it goes really well with the coffee dyed papers. You are going to get 5 different pieces of 8.5 by 11 coffee dyed papers. It's going to be a variety of papers. You can see a bunch of them show different designs, and some of them may have a slight like stenciling on them. And when you fold them in half, then you have, signatures for your junk journals. So this is really nice if you are intimidated or you don't like coffee dyeing, but you want the coffee dyed paper in your journals. You are going to get a variety. I think it's 10 or 15 pages. I'll have to look on the listing. I think it might be 10 of vintage book pages. It's going to be a variety of book pages, map, music paper, and magazine pages. And these I did not coffee dye because they are vintage already, and a lot of them, already have that aged look. So I wanted you to be able to use them however you would like. So even this right here is a good start to a junk journal. And then you're going to get some coffee dyed ephemera pieces. You'll get a doily, some tags, and keep in mind each set's going to vary a little bit, but this is pretty much the basis of what you are going to get. Like you might get some type of a different tag, or right now all of the kits have exactly what I'm showing you, but just keep that in mind. And then you'll get some guest checks that were coffee dyed. Some of them again have stenciling. And then I did include a library card, which I didn't coffee dye just because this is has adhesive on the back, so I kept that as is, but I felt like this was a good basis to any junk journal. So there is that kit. I only have a few of these right now. This is one of my favorite things, so I will start off by showing you. This is a 40-piece collage kit. So I know a lot of people are getting into collaging, but a lot of people are also intimidated by it, so I come to you with a nice little kit that has a big variety of pieces. I mean, this is 40 pieces here, and this literally has everything that you could need for collaging. You're gonna get vintage buttons, die cuts, you'll get like word stickers. These are little envelopes and tags and a guest check. These are things that you can rip apart and use in your collaging or use as is. Little envelopes. Again, this is going to vary slightly because each one's not going to have this exact die cut, but it's going to have something like that. You're going to get like a piece of collage paper. This is like a 6x6 piece. Lots of word stickers, and this doesn't count as like one. I just put a lot of little things in here and don't really always count those, so it's like 40 or more. You're going to get some fibers, and you're going to get tags that use scrap paper so that you can have different textures and things. Some scrap paper, you'll get like vintage papers and map papers, ledger, a library card, some vintage pages that you can tear up and use, doilies and vintage stamps, more die cuts. Some of these are real vintage and some are like vintage inspired. You'll get, these are vintage wallpapers that wallpaper that I went ahead and cut out into circles or punched out into circles, and then you'll get a variety of fabric scraps that you can also use, laces, things like that in this kit. I think this is really fun, and I do with these I put like a sample of my favorite washi tape, so that's just a little extra that I put in. And let's see. And so I go ahead and package this in a craft bag because, again, you can use the craft in your collaging, or you can use this whole bag and collage onto it as a base. And then I also give you a vellum type bag. I can't think of the word, guys, sorry. And so you'll have a lot of different textures to play with. I love this one so much. There is also a 40-piece junk journal set that has tons of things to, it's not really like pages, but more things like envelopes and die cuts. It's more bigger things. I honestly just threw a few die cuts in there, like as a little, just a little extra to go along with it. But you'll get things like envelopes, vellum envelopes, a lot of more like office-y type things like tags and guest checks, and the listing will write out everything that you're going to get. Again, this is going to vary slightly just because I'll show you what kind of varies mostly. Like the book pages, I do give you a few book pages more so to use like as embellishments or pockets or whatever, but this is obviously going to vary because each kit's going to have something a little bit different. And then you'll get a few bags that are also fun for your junk journals. Like you'll get one of these vintage newspapers, a craft, and glassine. There we go, glassine bag. So that is the 40-piece. I also kind of updated and improved my 15-piece junk journal, I guess, grab bag or ephemera kit. And by updating, I mean I added a lot more. From the feedback that I got from these, a lot of people were wishing to get more things like library cards and tags. So I went ahead and added more of the kit has tags and like guest checks and things like that. So it's kind of like the kit right before, but you also still get a few of the smaller pieces, like vintage buttons and bulb pins and things like that. And again, this has more than 15. I just say 15 because it's a minimum of 15. And again, it comes in a craft bag that you can use in your journals. And then I added just a couple smaller things as kind of add-ons, or if you wanted just to get a set of layaway cards. This is a set of 20, I believe. And then I also have a set, or maybe this was 15, I can't remember. You'll see on the listing. And then a set of like 20 guest checks. So just keep in mind that I do have limited kits in my shop right now, but I would love your feedback on what you want. If you want to get something and it's sold out, feel free to send me a message on Etsy so I can get a good idea of what I should restock. And like I said, I have a digital kit coming and a couple more small things hopefully in this week. Feel free to check out, there is a coupon code in my Facebook group if you are interested in that. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you so much for 33K, which we just hit on this channel. I have lots of fun videos coming for you as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.